Howdy, back again with another National Open recap. Um, the theme of this lesson today is never give up, and also maybe it's time to study some openings. Let's check it out. Alekhines. I don't know any theory hardly, so I just try to play a solid line. But here's where I already deviate from my own theory. Um, a little bit ago I saw that knight takes is actually better here from the computer. So as I do, I just commit this one move to memory and don't learn anything else about it. So I played this way and we lose the game almost instantly. But you'll see I win this game, but I lost it in the opening, that's for sure. So c6, this is a standard move apparently. I go c4, and this might be a bit much. I should probably just like develop something. But he plays this weird sideline, which gets me out of my comfort zone already. Obviously this is like kind of annoying, right? So I'm thinking, oh, I mean, maybe I'll just kick the knight again. And I play this, and I've already fallen for a trap. I lost a pawn. If I take the queen, he does this. And this might have been better, actually, but I really wanted to keep the queens on the board since I was going down a pawn, so I needed to play more aggressively, I believe. Moves instead I looked at. I haven't computer checked any of this, but bishop d3 looked good-ish. I mean, you're giving up the bishop pair, but look at this development white has, right? Like, black has like some weird moves included in here, so I feel like the development should be enough for the bishop pair. Bishop e3 maybe, and the knight a3 was something my coach recommended I look at. Bishop d2, I don't think that worked, but maybe it was a better variation of what happened in the game. But either way, I lose a pawn and I take it on the chest, and I just take his knight like this. At least I'm opening up my rook, right? This ends up being useful later. So at this point, I've like accepted I'm gonna lose in the end game. I have to play for an attack at least, and so that's what I try and do for these next couple of moves. But I don't really bring anything concrete together. I just get lucky because he blunders later. But at this point, I was willing to sacrifice another pawn, just because, you know, this is I need to play off development and not be materialistic now. If I let him like get his bishop out and let him start to breathe, I'll just be dead meat. Not the moves I want to play though. Bishop d2 at e2, not very aggressive moves. So I'm not really following the plan that I created too well, but I'm trying to create some things. He forces g3. I thought this bishop move was a little weird. Maybe he was trying to keep his bishop pair, not allow me to play bishop f4 and trade a bishop off. But I don't know if I even wanted to trade pieces here. I'm not feeling too good. The only thing that's saving me right now is his queen side. Like, this bishop is not going to be good for a very long time, and that's all I could hope for at the moment. But so instead of playing a good move, I think I go for just a silly, stupid trap. No, not yet. Here I probably could have played something a little better. Maybe like bishop f3 to g2. Maybe put my rook on the open file. I don't know if I really want to allow that trade. But not a lot of good moves for white here. Maybe my knight could jump into e4. But I just play for a trap that ends up like losing a pawn, which is really stupid. But I think I was kind of tilted already. Everybody was like looking, and they already saw that I'd like blundered a trap. I'm a pretty expressive player. So, yeah. But I go h4, and this basically just blunders into queen g6. And the threat of a queen trade allows him enough time to just win this pawn. Because I really can't trade queens. So I go queen c1, but that just hangs a pawn. And we're not having a good time. So I go bishop f3, just trying to improve my pieces. Maybe I'll put my bishop on g2 to threaten taking that, even though it's just a shallow, worthless threat. But out of nowhere... Oh, wait, I didn't go bishop f3. Oh, sorry, my bad. I threw in rook a5 first. This comes with like a decent threat of bishop h5. So it's pretty forcing at least. Like, if he does nothing, bishop h5. And we're basically winning this bishop because the queen has to move off of this file. And the queen was maybe getting trapped in a couple other lines too. Like rook b8, and let's say he goes like, he could have gone like bishop f6 and the queen gets trapped. But I mean, he's an 1800, he's probably not going to see it, right? But, so we force c5, I don't know if that's even what we wanted, but now my bishop's at least a little better on this long diagonal. He can't really push this pawn, right? And I'm actually threatening to take the knight on a6 with my rook because of this pin. And so he goes f5 out of nowhere. Crazy blunder. This just allows rook a6. He takes, and now I'm up a piece. I'm up a whole knight for 3 pawns. So it's kind of balanced. But these are not very good pawns, right? So these will definitely be weaknesses later. But I don't even play for that, and I play this horribly. So I play this like super anti-positionally. This is all random. I mean, not the most anti-positional in the world, but this is the problem. He goes for a queen trade, which I accept. And I really shouldn't have accepted this queen trade. And by accepting the queen trade, I even made it worse for myself. I took him, allowing him to fix his structure and get some nasty, nasty pawns in the center of the board. I probably should have played this just a lot slower. Probably could have gone queen d2. This looks okay. We'll check it all out with the computer afterwards. Yeah, queen d2 maybe. But I go queen takes g4, just kind of playing into his entire plan. hg, bishop d2. I'm just trying to liquidate everything because I know my rook can put in a lot of work against his pawns, but my pieces aren't actually that good. This central pawn mass is kind of gnarly. Like maybe g5 and f4 is coming. Like it's probably really bad for me. I could see white losing here. At least white needs a very accurate defense. And so I play like I think these last couple of moves were horrible. Bishop d5 just brings his king closer to the center. Didn't need to play that. And then rook a1, which is, I think, another just super fast, kind of dumb endgame move. Because I guess I wasn't sure how to defend b2 anyway, but he just gets rook b2 here, and I'm pretty sure I can't really let him take here and get his rook in the game. Like takes, and I don't think this could be good for white. He's gonna bring his king up, storm these pawns maybe, try and win my knight. I'm not liking it. So I played rook b2, which is maybe too passive. Our king's rush to the center. He trades off my bishop. I didn't see... I thought this was another great move. This bishop was going to be a huge... is a huge defender in stopping these pawns from advancing too far. And he just trades it off. So now these pawns are going to get even stronger when it's finally time for them to rush down the board. I didn't think it was possible to just give him this diagonal. This is like, the pawns are going to push even easier with the support of this bishop, I think. So for that reason, I took it. But now I feel like I'm just dead lost. His king's better, and my knight's dominated by the pawns, right? I do not have a lot of hope for winning this now. I also offered him 2 draws. I offered him a draw after this. I took his bishop and I said, "You want a draw? I feel like you deserve this one." Just because I played so poorly in the opening, but he didn't want the draw. And then after bishop takes c6, I offered him a draw. But this was definitely more of a desperation draw than a kindness draw. I was pretty sure this would be losing, or at least impossible to defend with white. So he obviously doesn't take the draw here. I mean, yeah, just look at this. And so I'd love to see what the computer thinks of this move, but I definitely went for like a dubious line. I thought for a long time here, and I saw that moves like this weren't very good because he could play d3, sacrificing or giving me a pawn to take this one. So like b3, d3, and now his rook's getting in, and like this is falling. So I didn't really think this was an option. And if that's not an option, like there's not much else. Maybe like knight c1 was good. I ended up playing that later because there's just this annoying threat of after he takes on c4, he's gonna pawn fork my 2 pieces, my king and my knight. So I'm just kind of like desperately out of moves. Obviously, we're not moving this anytime soon. So our rook has almost 0 squares. Yeah, I mean, this is just a busted position for white, I'm sure. Surely this is a busted position for white. Sorry, that one's for my friends. But so I go rook a5 here with the thought of like I'm playing for a checkmate. You know, his king does not have a lot of squares. And in my head, I saw dreams of playing knight c1. And then we'll say knight c1 and then to d3. And I guess he could defend the checkmate here. Yeah, there's nothing. But there was small dreams of him hanging like a checkmate, kind of in this fashion. And that's kind of why I went for this pawn sacrifice line. I mean, it also I'm getting my rook to his like pawn back rank, so it can't be like too bad considering we've looked at everything else. So he goes king c4, and he's threatening this. So I don't have enough time to take the back rank. I gotta go knight c1. And he plays e4, stopping my knight from getting to where I wanted to go. But then I see another checkmate appear on the horizon. And this one's juicy and hardish to find, I think. I mean, it's my only hope at this point. So I see b3 check, king over here. And now we're threatening a checkmate. And he has to be slightly precise to find this. His king has 2 squares at the moment. These 2. One can nicely be checked on by a knight, and then the other can nicely be hit by a rook. So I'm threatening knight a2 check, king a3, and rook a5, checkmate. And he goes rook f6. And I shit my pants, and I play the checkmate, and he gets up for a second, he gets some more water, and then he comes back and turns the clock off. and resigns. Um, so that was like the luckiest thing ever for my round 6 game. Pretty interesting. I think we should just hop into the computer analysis. Let's see where I went wrong. Yeah, and see, this knight takes line is correct, but I instantly didn't know what I was doing. And yeah, c4 is already a mistake. My coach was wary of this move. C4 is better in other lines, I think, when you go when you do like the pawn takes stuff. But here it is not so good. And knight b4 is actually the best move. It looks like a sideline though. Wow. We have to play knight a3. We not have to, but knight back makes sense. Bishop e3 makes sense. And we're gonna transpose into knight e3, or are we? Okay, bishop d3. And this looks fine for white. We have a healthy center, 2 pieces developed, and you know it's gonna be a game from here at least. So that's interesting. Okay. All right. Did I play the right move? Nice. I played ab4. Excuse me, Misa. ab4. Bishop out. Okay. I can't believe it's only minus 0.5 here. That is not how I felt it in the slightest. And he made it 0 as well by blocking his light squared bishop in. Yeah, that really was the crux of his whole position. That bishop had nowhere to go. It makes a lot of sense to develop it first and then play e6. Hey, Misa, could you get your foot on my keyboard? Thank you. And you know, whatever. Yeah, we play f3 and like it's a game. Okay. Alright, so I shouldn't not in the slightest have sacrificed that pawn. Basically gave him the game back with this. Bishop d2, knight a5. Okay. Yeah, this is still something. Computer always finds these great lines. But good to know. We probably will hopefully never be in this line again because I'll have made my improvements earlier. G3 forced. Wow. Bishop f8 was probably a better move. The bishop on e7 kind of restricts the queen. The queen's a little... She's leading the army too much right now. It makes a lot of sense. Wow, and I was right with bishop f4. I'll take it. I mean, I thought here for a long time, and there's not a lot of moves to play. Alright, bishop f1 maybe, too. Bishop f1 makes sense. And I saw this knight b4 move, and he never played it, thankfully. It was gonna be really annoying if he did choose to play that. Yeah, and then I make another inaccuracy. Sorry for all these circles. I saw this, but then I thought knight b4. But well, I guess I'm getting my pawn? I don't know. I didn't like bishop d3 for this. But this is equal, I guess. These darn computers. This looks not very pleasant for white, but computer says it's an option. Oh, there's no g6 because we win the queen. Okay. It's kind of nice. Okay. Queen g6. Ooh, I had queen a1, which I didn't even see. Or b3. And by a1, I mean a4. There goes my pawn. Okay, rook a4. Nice. This was his chance to block my rook off. He could have played f5 here. Oh wow, and computer wants me to snap this knight off now. Good thing I didn't. Because I thought my position was a little better. What? Oh wow, computer wants me to... The computer wants the weirdest things. Oh, I see, the bishop holds. Okay. So we're just winning the exchange. Back. F5, and now we say thank you so much. And look, and now we've gotten our advantage. We're +2. So let's see how I spoiled this +2. Bishop c7 wasn't even on my mind, I think. Looked a little one-move thready. Yeah, it's a bit of a one-move threat. Computer's bonkers. All right, let's see if this is game ending. Almost. No, we go from +3 to +2. So I misplayed this elsewhere. And maybe I was always winning the whole time, but it just never felt like it. But let's see. Queen g4, definitely losing some advantage here. Yeah, and I'm trading off the pieces too much. I need these bishops to eat his pawns. I need to like attack and win these pawns. I need to not be trading pieces because material is equal. And 3 pawns are really strong. You know, don't sleep on the 3 pawns. Yeah, this makes a lot of sense. You know, material's equal. I shouldn't even be trading. I'm just repairing his structure. Okay, bishop e5 check was correct. It seemed, I guess maybe he could block my bishop out. But then he hangs a pawn. I don't know. And here's see, there we go. I knew it. I knew this rook move was bad. I feel validated. We needed quick movement to defend the pawn, and like this knight needed a job. After rook a1, this knight has no job, and I have no time to do anything. Knight c1. Let's say rook b8. And yeah, this falls. Yeah, this rook was very happy, eyeing at probably the most important pawn on the board. I move my pawn from pressuring the most important pawn on the board to maybe like one of the least important pawns on the board. I have to be like, this is not a problem. This is a problem. I needed to yeah. Priorities, man. Priorities. And let's say h5. King f1, always a good move, probably. b3. And if b8, we defend like this. Defend with aggression. And now we're trying to get this light squared bishop, which is going to be so helpful. This bishop will be so helpful in trading our bishop. So if we could get it off the board, it'd be awesome. And now, and wow. Look, just look at the difference, guys. 3 pieces, one on c5, d5, and e5. Just ready to win the game versus this position, 1 piece on d5, 1 piece on, and 2 pieces on the back rank. You can't play this passive. Passive play kills. And I'm gonna work on it. Okay, so it's about, oh wow, I have the advantage here. I wouldn't have said it. I would not have agreed with the computer. Wow. And the computer wants the idea that I hated the most. Funny how things work. Oh, maybe this. And I'm holding-ish? I mean, I'm dropping the entire queenside pawns, but we do have a knight, and thankfully this is a lot less scary now. Wow. Damn. I did not need to shit the bed. This is eye-opening though. I hope this is educational for everybody else here too. Okay, knight c1's about forced. And yeah, he really needed to trade this, not let my rook get in. But instead he doesn't let my knight get in. And yeah, this is like his only idea, I think. He could check me first and that'll probably be fine too. But yeah. Main 2. Woohoo. Okay, well, let's leave it at that. See ya.